Anne is the man stepping up and handling business, but she brought a baby back, though. But by love or by land, girl is about to get paid. We about to talk about it right now on the Gentleman Jack After Show. Stay with us.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Get my
Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack.
I feel like I need a little flute to be.
I feel like I need some actual Gentleman Jack. We should have done shots. Look, I'm trying to get it started right now.
We're gonna get everybody here first, and then.
Hey, AfterBuzzers, how is it going? I am so excited. We are so excited to be here. This is Gentleman Jack, episode 1. I'm passing by. I'm so excited. But before we go any further, let's find out where we all hail from. We'll start over here with Raiven. Where dost thou hail from?
Hello, I'm Raiven, and I hail from the south side of Chicago.
And I am your girl, Shawna, and I hail from the south of Los Angeles, the city of angels.
This your boy J-Dub, okay? I hail all the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, J-Dub, I like it.
Right, I am your girl, Jackie Rae. I just lost my accent, but I hail from Denver, Colorado, home of the Broncos.
Okay, and you guys let us know in the chat where you hail from.
Where dost thou hail from? I don't know if we can keep that up the whole show, but I love this show. Shawna, tell me your overall thoughts.
I really love the show. I was surprised. I came in here thinking, okay, I don't really love period pieces that much, but this lady is really a bad, you know the rest.
Shut your mouth.
Right, shut your mouth. Because she comes through and she automatically makes us love her, just like we have to stand. Mm-hmm. She's just like, okay, well, I'm the boss here. Mm-hmm. So I like to follow her story, and I like to see that her auntie is on board with the get down. How about you?
I agree with her. In the time, period pieces, I was nervous too, but I love you guys, and I love Jackie. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. And because the time we're in now with women, the movement, Beyonce, all of that, I feel like it's great timing to see a strong woman take charge.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to it. And I like the little griminess that they already
little drama.
I'm down for the show. I mean, alpha females, I'm cool with it. I love it. I think, I can't get into it, but I think she's legit. I'll say that.
Yeah, overall, I loved it. My favorite thing so far, I'm going to get to other favorites. We do have some special segments coming up. We're going to tell you our favorite part in the show. We do have some Hale Facts for you, and we're going to do predictions as well. But my favorite part so far is the fourth wall. Like her actually taking a moment to be like, now you know.
Right.
I love that. I love that. So it starts out with the chariots of fire is what I was calling it, because it was like them people was moving in those chariots. And then I just feel like that set the pace of the show.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because everything was just moving so quickly.
Rushed.
But then we have the vehicle accident. What did y'all think about that opening scene?
I did not expect that. I mean, they started off with the boy rubbing the chicken, and then next thing you know, he's flying off the side of a bridge, and his leg is literally like broken off. Like they said, the bone was coming through the thigh. So I still didn't figure out who did the driving.
Right.
But I know that the boy was affected, and so that got me going already. Like, I'm a mother, so I was like, that child needs to be taken care of.
Where's the car seat?
Where's the seatbelt? Where's the seatbelt right here?
Now, that's where we meet Marion Walker, right? So, but I got a little confused because later in the show, we do see Anne, she's doing her. I feel like she just literally epitomized all the bad driving jokes for women. I was a little bit upset about that.
and I don't think she would care.
She wouldn't. She would not.
I don't think they're jokes. I think they're facts.
Do you know you're on a panel full of... Do you want to make it out of here?
I'm just saying.
Don't make us channel our inner Anne and
Hey, chat, y'all know us, right?
I'm gonna have to channel my inner Marion and say I agree, because she's a pick me. She's definitely a pick me. I agree. I'm not a good driver myself, so stay away from me on the road. And obviously, Anne is also with that life.
So we find out that Anne kind of had a man.
Yes,
It seemed out of convenience for the time period. She had to put that face on that facade and have a man. That's what it seemed like.
and you wouldn't expect that because of her. How adamant, unless it came from having a man. Now she's like, I'm
That's
done.
true.
But she was so adamant in that one moment that She's going to love who she loves the way she loves.
That's
it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
That was brave, though. I like that part. I really did. But at the same time, I think that I wrote down, she's hard on men. I wrote down, poor George got shot out the tree. And then she had this other guy, and he said, let her know I am not carrying this suitcase no more. I'm not a workhorse, okay? But she never came in contact with him. She just wanted them to basically work. I like this woman's style.
The Priestleys alluded, Mrs. Priestley, who likes her so much, alluded to the fact that she's been different from the time she was a child.
Right.
So she's always had this disposition of making everybody accountable.
Right.
That's kind of
So
great.
we also find out that hubby-to-be got shot out of a tree. Who
Sorry,
did the
George.
shooting? See, that's the one thing that this episode moved so fast. We had to turn subtitles on, y'all, because we was like, what did she just say?
They're
So
in
we had to
England.
turn on the subtitles because I'm still not. Who shot him out the tree?
The neighbor shot him out the tree trying to shoot the birds.
I didn't
'cause-
catch who. I just knew it was the birds.
The neighbor.
Because in my heart, I felt like Ann knew that he'd been playing her and shot him out the tree.
Yeah, I mean, or it could have been a setup. The neighbor could have been given some coins
Yeah.
to take him out the
Right.
tree.
Oh, yeah.
Or
he's
she
the
could have
hitman.
instructed him to go up to the top of the tree when
That's
she
true.
knew the shooting was going to happen.
Something happened.
She's a culprit, but we like her for it.
Yes.
She don't want no husband. Okay, she said no.
But then she wanted to see his brain, though. That wasn't weird to anybody else.
She's curious.
No.
I mean, he
Not
could
coming. I mean, personally, yes.
I was gonna say now. Wait a minute.
I said personally, yes. But coming from her, no.
Yeah, she's. I
seems
feel like
real
she's
normal.
curious. And she's so knowledgeable. I wrote down she's truly a Jane of all trades. Like, she is interested in brains. She was interested in animals, geology, business, travel.
She knew about the horse already.
Right. I'm like, okay, she basically has had nothing to do but study and read.
She's been on a sabbatical.
Yeah.
She left Halifax. To me, okay, so I'm from Atlanta. I know people who are from smaller towns in South Georgia. They leave those towns because there's an institutionalized disposition there. The kids grow up, they go to college, they move back. It seems like she wanted to get away from that. And so I feel like that's why she to her, it was a sabbatical. She did research, she traveled, she learned about money. That's why she was able to come back and take over.
I agree. I agree with that.
How do you feel about now? I do love the dynamic between her and her sister because it's that Raven shaking her head. She's like, because her sister's such a hater.
But I can see why. Okay, I'm not a hater. Don't get it confused. Viewers, listeners. But even in the moment where she came down to meet Miss Walker, she just comes in with the sister was talking.
Right.
No, excuse me. She just burst in and she is a presence. She's not always around then. She shows up and it's like, oh, hail the queen.
Yes.
I might be a little annoyed.
I think she's like a celebrity.
yeah.
I mean, how many now we live in LA. There have been celebrities I did not know were celebrities, but you knew they were when they walked in. That's how she is.
yeah.
It's like you're like, that's somebody.
Star quality.
Yeah, that's how she is. And her sister, to me, is a little jealous of it.
But
And
what has her
dull.
sister been doing there? Maybe she's been taking care of the household in some kind of way, and it's like, here you come. You've been gallivanting, being with women, maybe.
You know, whatever.
So that's a good point. Do we get the feeling? I mean, Auntie knows. Auntie, it's always the auntie, ain't
She
it?
down.
Auntie always knows.
What was the Black
do-
Panther's name? Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie. Still one of the sexiest moments in time. But do we feel like the family as a whole knows?
Yeah. Everyone.
Look,
knows.
everyone's.
I feel like they should, but you can't tell by the show. Mm-hmm. I just feel like they should know.
Like it's
'cause-
quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay.
I feel like everyone's sweeping it under the rug. They just cannot believe that this is really happening, but everyone whispers about it like, she loves the ladies. Like, everyone knows, but they don't want to talk about it because of the town. The town is going to take it. Even the doctor is gossiping. Come on. Like, everyone gossips.
I don't like him
the doctor
already.
made me mad. Like, what happened? Isn't there supposed to be some...
A patient doctor privilege.
That's
wrote
what
that
I was
down.
looking for.
HIPAA. Did we not have HIPAA in the 1800s? People.
It came after.
I also
I
think
feel like
that...
they're too accepting. I feel like in that time they would not be so no matter how cool or charismatic she is. I don't feel like they'd be that accepting if everyone knew for sure.
Okay.
They
I
would shun
agree
her.
because this is the time where didn't we have like Salem Witch? I mean, obviously that wasn't in
England.
That was that was so, but
In our history,
we've had
violent
towards
towards.
especially women, and and I did find it curious how flippant she was with certain things. Like when she was talking about voting and she's in the presence of a man and she's just like, no, we're not progressing. This is ridiculous. How much money do you have? How much money do we have? And you still can't vote? You know, I felt like it was just...
But doesn't it take someone like that to put those laws into order?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think she's that person who took on that responsibility. She said, you're not going to say anything. You're not going to say anything. So it's up to her. Plus, she knows she can leave at any moment.
Right.
There's no consequence.
Right. That's true. Plus, she's a boss already.
She is.
You can tell she's like, I came back to fix this stuff because you guys have not been doing what you're supposed to do.
They've been chilling.
She even let the people know, I don't know what my father told you, but that ain't going to work.
Nope.
Okay.
I loved it.
Veto. That's what she said.
Right.
And her dad just keeps asking about the man. Like, where's the man? What happened to the man? You gonna get a new man?
They need him to be a representative. They need the face. That's what they want. They want a man that's just going to be the face, who's going to go out and pretend like he's doing all this stuff, and she could do it on the background. But she's like, no, I need to do it out loud. I need y'all to know who. Like she said, I'll be the first and the last in contact. So I like that.
All right, so we find out that her handmaid is pregnant with her convenient soon-to-be dead.
He is dead. George the dead ex.
So
What's her name?
Eugenia.
Eugenia got a baby.
Like they,
Eugenie got a baby.
Eugenia's baby.
I feel like they named her after a dude and then just put a on the end. Ooh, dang. Okay,
You know about that Tupac right there?
Eugenia. That's got to be one of the worst names. Her dad must be
For
Eugene.
the times.
But
I knew-
coming.
Right?
So
Eugene. So we find out
knew
she's
something was wrong with
pregnant.
her.
I didn't see. Y'all picked up on it really quick. So when she was throwing
puking a
up,
little
I was
too
like,
What else is there? It's the
Because-
middle of the day.
Still, the car ride was so long ago.
She leaning over in the garden. What you mean? It's hard to pick up.
Because I did not, because the lady said, "Ooh, have you been drinking in the middle of the day?" And I was like, "Oh, she a day drinker." I
You know,
a day
she
drinker.
identified.
Rid of that
But
baby.
you know what I will say though? Elizabeth came through and was she did say, "Are you drinking?" But then she said, "Wait, no drink at all." So she recognized that. Wait a minute, I'm smelling throw up, but I'm not smelling alcohol. So she made sure to make that connection, and that's when the hand went to the stomach, and we all know what that means.
yes.
Well, Eugenia was not on point anyway, because you know that you're pregnant. You're supposed to be locked away in the bathroom.
But she's a
compose
servant.
yourself. But you have to look. You got to compose yourself, and then you go out amongst the people.
Okay, Mister, I've never been pregnant in my
Okay.
life. Let's ask the two
I'm
women
just
who have
saying.
been pregnant.
But I will say this: she was young and kind of dumb. Like, no offense, but she just didn't say a word until, even though we know we have a language barrier, but she clearly was young and just kind of, I wrote down that she might have been taken advantage of by George, even though she said that they had been engaged. But when you're young, you could be saying yes to anything.
I hope we get flashbacks.
I do
need
too. I want to
flashbacks.
see how that went
Yeah,
down. But I
seriously.
did like how is it Elizabeth who discovers that she figured it out, and then they're talking to her in the kitchen or wherever they are, and she's speaking in French, and then the other lady keeps saying, "What'd she say?" And then I liked how Elizabeth played that, like when she was like, "Hey, I think I'm just gonna tell her because she like girls, she understand pleasure."
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, "Ooh,
That was so ridiculous to me.
what's it?"
First of all, you are bold. You haven't said a word. When you open up your mouth, you're going to unleash all of that? All the business?
That's true.
You don't know
Right.
if she know.
Right, very
You
true.
putting her business out there. And
Very
then
true.
for you to say, oh, well, I'm just going to tell her she understands pleasure. So wait a minute. You was experiencing pleasure during this? You should have been experiencing cleaning because you're the servant.
Everybody got to get some.
Okay, but don't be getting it with
I'm
the
not
husband.
paying you though while
And I
you
wonder
getting it.
if Anne and her husband, I feel like she shouldn't be upset.
I don't think she would be.
But she don't need the servant. I mean, you got to.
I think she would be upset.
I don't think you
She
need
couldn't
to.
have been with her husband.
No, she wasn't.
Well, or maybe wait a minute.
Oh, God.
Conspiracy.
Here we go.
Can I get a light bulb sound or something? Maybe Anne put the servant on George to keep her away from
Thinking.
him.
Dun dun dun.
That makes sense.
Shout out to the AfterBuzz TV producers.
Yes. All right, so maybe, but I feel like she would have let old girl know, like, hey, like I don't.
No.
You don't think?
No, you don't. Look, let me tell you something real quick.
Y'all both. What?
From a homie,
Here comes Joshua.
I'm about to let y'all know what's up, okay?
Peep game, y'all.
Okay, here's my homeboy, right? I got a girl that I really don't want, but my homeboy likes her. I say, yo, boy, take that over. That way she doesn't know that I'm aware that he's aware. Because otherwise she's going to feel like, oh, no, you trying to play me? So I have to play the fool like, oh, I don't know.
Is that what we do? Oh, no, you trying to play me?
I'm just saying, I'm just being real. That's what you do. You put your homie on.
Okay.
Don't let her know that you know. So then that way she can do her thing and you can be cool like, yeah, I'm finna go hoop.
But she gonna put her on the husband and then take the girl with her after she knows.
Yeah, because the girl is still useful. The husband's not.
She's throwing up every second. She's not useful.
I have a theory. Now we haven't read this. But I mean, okay, let's just think about that in modern times, right? So if you're in a gay couple, you can either adopt or you can plant a surrogate. So she knows. So that's why I feel like, I don't know. I can't wait to see how this develops.
This was supposed to be the surrogate.
I feel like this is,
George was not supposed to get shot.
Mm-hmm. Or was he?
Or maybe she wasn't supposed to get pregnant.
Back then they were not using the lambskins or the latex. So I feel like it was no other way for her to do his
pull-out game was weak. That's what you're saying? His pull-out game was weak?
She got pregnant right away.
Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. So she goes to collect her first rent. And boy is giving her the runaround.
Attitude.
This is one of my favorite. Raiven
this
and
was
I,
my favorite scene.
Okay, tell us why.
Yes.
You know why this is favorite. Like, you tell us why.
For me, it was my favorite because she was relentless. Mm-hmm. She didn't allow... You knew he was a pimp, player, whatever you want to call him, con man, when she began to talk to him. And I just felt so impressed how she was stoic and she was relentless with her pitch. She read him from front to back. Mm-hmm. She said, look here, bruh, this is what happened. This is not what's going to happen anymore. You can do this, that. It doesn't matter to me because I'm going to be all right.
Right.
I love that.
Me too.
I loved it.
It was so strong.
Vicariously living through her as Jackie and I work in property management. Mm-hmm. And I just want to play that clip when people tell me why they haven't paid their rent. And it's the end of the month.
Right.
I'm just going to be like,
every
month. Listen to Ann.
But now, what if people really have had an issue now? Because I know some people that's had some issues.
So here's the thing about business. Your issue does not matter. I know that's unfortunate, but that's why I love her, because she come in and she's very professional. I'm still working on my professionalism, but she's very professional.
She is.
She's like, look, I understand that you might have needed the roof to get repaired, and so maybe that's why he let you slide a little bit. But what you're going to need to do is fix that roof or give me my money.
Yeah.
But I think that's what what upset her. That's what upset her. If the roof had been fixed, I don't think she would have come at him as hard. Mm-hmm. But since the roof wasn't fixed, she's like, oh, you just been squandering money. Right. You just been sitting around and only have 48 pounds. She's like, well, you owe me too. Mm-hmm. And then pulls it out. You sitting on money.
Right. But the son, though, can we talk about the son for a second?
In that situation?
Because he looks like, so I wonder if we're going to be seeing something with that situation, because the son... First of all, when he passed by and he's like, oh, sorry. Like, I'm just related to him.
I am not involved. Do not look at me for this.
How do you think the son felt about how she kind of put dad in his place?
I feel like he came in with the knowledge. Mm-hmm. He already knew. He wasn't even looking at her. He was looking directly at his father like, let's just get this over with. Mm-hmm. We already know what we owe. But also, he looks like he's getting beat by his father or something. Something's going on with the black eyes and the mouth and all of that. So he might not be the perfect candidate. He seems like a kind soul. Mm-hmm. He came and brought his little soldier to the little boy. That was sweet. So I don't know if he's going to really be a part of the family, like the evilness of his family. Mm-hmm. So I like him. I think he's a good soul.
Let's backtrack a little bit to the flashback. I think it was the first flashback we saw where her heart breaks.
Mm-hmm. That was intense.
Man. Woo. So they flash back to the heartbreak.
Was that Miss Hobart?
Yes, Miss Hobart. Right? So, but before we talk about the heartbreak, can we talk about hearts that are not breaking? Because, here at AfterBuzz, we uplift hearts. We don't break hearts.
No,
right,
we
Shawna?
don't. No, we give love at all times. And that is my true motto, honey. Okay? Anyways, guys, before we jump into our next topic, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here with us for this episode of AfterBuzz TV's Gentleman Jack, but also just for making us the ESPN of TV talk. We was here first and we do it the best. And for us to continue to grow, we really need your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. You know we need it. You know we love it. You know you love us. So you go ahead and just do it.
Yes.
No matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation, because we do talk. All of us. We will all respond to you, seriously. So write us. And just so you know, being a part of AfterBuzz TV has been wonderful for each and every one of us personally in different ways. I used to be someone who sat there and watched these shows. And now look at me. I'm right here talking about them. And I love every show I talk about. So tell your friends. Tell your friends, your mama, your daddy, granny, and your bald-headed pop. No, I was kidding. Just tell everybody you know, because we really appreciate you being here.
Yes, we do. Thank you guys so much. And no hearts will be breaking on AfterBuzz tonight. But we're going to talk about one that did. So when you saw that scene, first of all, the acting skills in that, I was like, really ooh. Good. I was trying to write, but I couldn't. I was just so into that moment.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I didn't think she was going to go ham like that when she told her.
Because she's been so strong, right?
Right. When she told her I'm marrying Donald. But see, you could tell that she was like, not this cannot happen. Like, this cannot be happening right now. This is a woman who I'm completely and utterly in love with. And I really felt her. I felt sorry for her. She cried and screamed.
Raiven, what'd you think?
That was excruciating. I was uncomfortable at first. Like, ooh, wait. It's like seeing whatever strong figure in your life that you're used to being that way break. And it's like, oh.
Right. Should I help you? Should
I let you don't know what to do. I felt uncomfortable, but also, I don't know who said it. Whatever woman she was with that told her you're not being realistic, it shows her idealism. And because she really, to be able to be that vulnerable, she really thinks this can happen in the way that she feels it in her heart. And it's like, it can't.
But now you had a confusion about this scene that I thought was just delightful.
Wait, what did I say?
When she came in and she clearly saw them, her reaction was immediate, like, oh, yes. Yeah, you cheating on me? Yeah. You know what I mean? And you said, but I thought she said they was coming out. Remember?
That's what, look, hey, little Diana Ross was singing back in my head when she said that. I thought, that's what I'm saying. But when she did walk in the room, I did feel, it felt like, to me, in my opinion, it felt like her soon-to-be husband was already aware of their affair. Connection. Because even though you don't say anything, let's be honest here, in that time period, you had a lot of soldiers who were bisexual. They were out fighting for months at a time. They lived bisexual lives. No one knew about it, quote unquote, correct? Well, it's the same way.
I didn't know about it till just now.
Well, no, but I mean, it's a reality, but it's, what I'm saying, it's the same way with the women. And so the men who knew were also held to a level of accountability of secrecy, the same way women were with their men. And so I feel like because the fact that he immediately left the room tells me, let me give them their privacy. Why else would he have left? Men didn't leave their women's sides like that. They stood there.
Interesting.
That was my take.
Yeah, I mean, that's a manly take. That's a good, because I can see that now. But when I felt bad for
Miss Hobart?
Miss Hobart, because, I mean, the easy way out at that time is probably the only way you can take. I mean, because what are you going to do? Especially because women can't work at this time, right? Can't vote. So who's going to take care of you?
They're not allowed to have opinions.
Right. Yeah. So what are you going to do? Be like, I'm here. You can't do all that in that time. You just can't. You better marry somebody and get your life together.
That's true.
Right?
Right.
Look at Raven's face. It's so sad. Why?
You don't want to see her vulnerable?
No, I just feel bad hearing this. Like, just in general, in our society now, I just feel bad when people can't be who they are. So hearing her say this, it's just like...
It is.
I feel bad.
And I hate that she would have had to have like a man as a cover-up. I hate that because everyone deserves love. So even those guys who are her cover-up husbands, like, they deserve somebody. Look at how he went after Eugenie like that. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
They're looking for real love.
The men knew what's up.
You get the right cover-up, everything will be fine. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. So,
right.
But so now Auntie is kind of pushing Miss Walker on Ann. And she's not even, like, entertaining it, really, at first. I didn't think. Did you think she was?
Who, Ann?
Yeah, did you think that she was?
I think she was trying to keep it secret. Like, no, Miss Walker, she's just my homie. And
you think that they actually knew each other?
No, I think that Ann was trying to play her auntie to the left.
Okay.
Kind of like, nah, I'm cool on Miss Walker. Then the auntie was like, well, she just needs somebody to love her. And Ann was like, oh, you know what's up.
And she talked about her riches. She talked about how she just got all 300 I don't know what she said.
$3,000. Oh man, can we get back to those times when $3,000 a year is the pounds? How many pounds?
I think that's like $5,000. I'm straight now. Y'all good? Hey, let's get it.
I thought it said 300,000, but either way, she was saying like she's sitting on money. She definitely owns her own stuff, and she's a shy type. And a lot of people haven't been able to get through to her. So it's like all of these little gems are dropping for Ann, who loves a challenge. Our girl loves the challenge.
She don't seem like she's going to be a challenge.
Oh,
she's
well,
just like,
we find out
with
later.
the googly eyes.
Right.
We didn't know that. But at the time, she seemed like she would have been a challenge.
How is she going to be a challenge, though? Her family has kept her isolated because they don't want the people that are after the money. Because her brother died.
But doesn't that make her, what's the word, feeble-minded or impressionable?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She's
like,
sheltered.
So I don't think... since Ann knew that, because her auntie told her, like, she don't get out much, which is code for she don't get out much.
She don't know nothing.
So I just felt that, she kind of knew that was going to, that something was going to pop off. But Raiven, when we were watching it, I was like, oh, okay. There was a part where she talked about, I met Miss Walker, or I met Ann one time in the field or something. They were doing tea, and you felt like something might have happened.
I did, until she made me aware of the age difference. Like, that would have been.
R. Kelly makes his way into every single episode, y'all.
I'm not.
Can we leave him alone, please? He done went off on Gail. Can we leave him alone?
I find a way. I always find a way. But what's the age difference?
I mean, I don't know what the age difference is, but I remember her saying that she was like
At
maybe
least 10
19
years,
or something like that. And maybe back then that wasn't so old, but she was.
Oh, that's right.
She was not.
That's true. That's a good point.
Well, she wasn't courting her or anything like that. They were just.
I feel like they kissed or something. They were both too familiar.
Yeah, they remembered it.
I
think they made impressions on each other, but they never did anything. But
or she could have spared her.
Cause
sometimes we
got it all to this moment. And then nothing.
Sometimes I've seen women with men, and they kind of say, look, you cute, but you're a little boy, so.
Giving her some time.
Yeah, kind of like you. I'm too grown for you. That's kind of what could have happened.
Like that uncle that says, "Oh, you gonna be fine when you grow up," and then you grow up, and he's like, "Come here, girl."
No, he was not in my family because my daddy would not play that.
Drive the boat. Somebody drive the boat.
Jackie is crazy. Come sit on my lap.
Okay, this different family.
That's Game of Thrones you talking about.
I mean,
wrong show.
Wrong show. So Miss Lawson comes up, and does anybody know why she keeps calling Ann Freddie? What is Freddie?
I think that's
is it a middle name?
I think that's her loving, like, endearing bed name for her. It sounds
like a pet name.
Yeah, like a pet name that you only call somebody who you've been very intimate with, and as we see. They gets real intimate. That
intimacy scene was horrible.
No, Jackie, please, not yet.
It's too soon.
They don't want me to go there, but I'm just saying there's a lot of work.
And it wasn't so bad.
There's no give and take.
This is my third show with Jackie.
She is clearly, but she's clearly the aggressor. She's the one who is there to give the pleasure. You can tell that she's very unaccustomed to receiving pleasure herself. I think she's able to give but not to receive, and that's something that is
horrible.
She definitely likes the power.
She does.
She'll be
the power of being in control, and the power of but see what I noticed was right afterwards she immediately had that attitude, the attitude of you just gonna leave me tomorrow anyway. Like she immediately went into that, like, why are you so excited? Yeah, you like those things, but tomorrow you're going to be gone or whatever.
It's smart for her to recognize that, though.
But she's in her feelings.
But I'm saying it keeps her from getting her heart broken by keeping people out.
No. Her heart is already tripping. That's why she's talking like that.
Okay, I got you.
It's always right after. Not that I know anything about this. But it's so right after where you just like, what did we just do? And why do you get to have all this pleasure and you don't get to stay with me and I really want you to be here? I think that's how she really feels about the girl. She seems like she really loves her, but at the same time, she knows she can't have her.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, is this a situation where she's really in love with this woman, or is this typical for situations us women get in. I just realized you the lone wolf
Yes.
in here.
No, I'm
Lord,
chilling.
this gonna be a
I'm
long
good.
season.
I'm used to being around a lot of women.
Here we go. Is this one of those things that we do sometimes when we're like in that place in our lives where we're ready for love, and then here comes this okie doke that we know is just okie doke, and we just settle for it?
Yes.
Well, the only male voice answered that question.
I love men because they just not a lot of words. Yes, that's what it is. That is what it is.
I don't know. I really did feel like she loved her. I feel like she wishes that she would just get rid of her husband, and she's just like, I'm not as brave as you. Like, I could never do that. I have to have my
But
whack
that's what
husband.
upsets Anne.
Yes.
Because Anne is like, I know you feeling me, bruh.
Yes.
You know he's whack.
Yes.
And so she's like, bruh, we can roll out. What she say? Go to Paris?
Go to
Yes, go to Paris.
Dog,
That's
we
how you know
good.
you love someone. You ready to run off with them and elope, and she wants to live a life that's normal.
No shade, but dude is not putting it down right. If she's can't wait to go see Fred and just some.
But
Well, is there a
I don't
right
think
when
he's putting it down
really
at all.
not what you want?
Yes, I've had some right with not.
But that's what you want. I'm saying if you really into women and you're doing
I
this
got you.
because
I was somewhere else. I got you.
I hope they replay the part of me going just now.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. It's gonna be that kind of season, y'all. Hang out with us. It's gonna be great.
I mean, it's HBO, so we good.
Right?
You know.
We will
So-
definitely fine tune it though, because this is the first episode, so it's always going to be out the gate excitement.
All right. So real quick, can we talk about the doctor and what is he
Oh my
doing?
gosh. He's flirting. He's trying
That's
to.
what he's
that
doing.
what it is?
I
He
did
is
not know.
Definitely holding
likes
her
Miss
arm.
Walker, right?
He likes Miss Walker. He's been holding her arm longer. He says little things that make me feel like he wishes that the is it the aunt or the grandmother would advise Miss Walker to date him. Like, I feel like he was going to start recommending, you know what, I don't want to recommend any medication, but I think she should get out with me on the river.
He did allude to
say
that.
Like, wait a minute, that's not diagnosed. You don't need to do that. So, yeah.
Right.
And then he goes and tells business, which is just,
all of it.
Yes.
that's not sexy or hot.
Not at all.
I guess he thinks that's his way of getting close to people is telling other people's business. And Anne puts him in his place real
Check.
fast.
Very, very quickly. I liked it. She
So-
said, I hope you're not talking about my family like this when you go to other people's
Right.
doctor visits.
So the episode wraps up with Anne just not even, she's matter of factly like, this woman is going to clearly already in love with me. So she just has to realize that I'm going to do that to somebody one day. I'm going to walk up and be like, you know you're in love with me, right? I just need you to realize.
Honestly,
You think it'll work? Do you think it'll work?
It might.
I think it would work. And not to break the fourth wall, but we love how this show does that.
Yes.
Literally on Twitter, I just saw a post of a girl who was like, I jumped in a guy's DMs and was like, you know, I'm gonna marry you, right? And he's like, okay, let's have like, and they ended up being together and had
I saw that
kid.
too.
You seen that? Okay,
Oh,
so
Lord.
But that's dope,
It
though.
happens.
I'm about to flood some
Is that dope?
DMs.
That
point
is dope.
It happens.
Yeah,
That's
it is
what
dope.
she's doing to Miss Walker. She's manifesting this relationship, even though we don't know what her motive is.
I'm like,
Yeah.
she's
She's
trying
talking
to
about
turn her
fortune.
out.
Yep.
But she talking about money. She not saying
Yeah.
I love
But
her.
Anne is rich too, though.
Yep. And about to be richer because she got that coal. All that coal
Yes.
sitting on that land.
Okay, but how many rich men you know that's gonna go after another? Like, she's rich and she has this mentality of just
You want to
like,
be equally yoked.
right.
That way she knows
And
she
so
won't steal
she's
from
going
her.
to go get Miss Walker and she's going to go retrieve her. You guys.
All right. Well, I personally can't wait to the next
Retrieve.
episode. But let's get real quickly into our special segments. Shall we start with news? It's not so much gossip, but we have some.
AfterBuzz TV News.
We're calling it Hale Facts. So
Hella facts.
Hale Facts.
Hella facts. All right, guys. So what we learned is there's actually the Secret Diaries of Miss Ann Lister. The documentary came out in 2010. And this is what we learned about the documentary. That her diary kept an account of her life, loves, and emotions in a fascinating and painfully honest 4 million word journal.
That's a lot of
4
words.
million.
Yeah, I
she
had
had
to
a lot
show
of love
it
and a
'cause
lot of.
I didn't know. Like, is that for real? 4 million words. So if you want more information, you want to get the backstory, you can watch the documentary. I want to know if we can read it.
I'm sure we
it
can.
exists.
I'm sure we can.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
I want to hear about
Miss
Miss Walker.
So we're going to look into that for sure. So let's real quickly talk about our favorite moments on the show. I'm going to start with you because you're going to be you ready. I can see
mine
it in your face.
was the rent. I mean, I'm down. She came in, taking names, letting people know who she was. She showed no fear, no vulnerabilities whatsoever. She told everyone, she read through people. I mean, I'm down. She kicked old dude out. She's like, look here, bro, you're 80, you can't make me no money. Somebody young with a family can make me money. Get out.
Age discrimination.
I love it.
That was ruthless.
I'm with it.
I liked it.
Shawna, what
It was
about
ruthless,
you?
but I liked it. All right. For me, I think my favorite part was her time with her aunt. Just the fact that she was actually able to be vulnerable with her aunt. The way she laid down on her bosom and just, y'all hear me, bosom? I'm saying these words that go with the times. But she laid down and she was really, you could tell that she was really in distress. But it's like, I got to pack this stuff away and be the daughter who comes in here and gets things done.
Yeah.
So that was a very touching moment for me.
I will say that was one of my favorites too, but seeing her nonverbal interaction with Miss Walker. That's when we really felt like, okay, she's a G. She feels herself. She's confident. She's like, sizing her up. And right. I'm like, you can see how she's a charmer and can get what she needs to get.
That's true.
Yes, I like that.
I think I had two favorite moments. First was the scene where she broke down, just because the levels in her acting in that scene were just phenomenal.
Really good.
And then the second one was, don't judge me, but when she shot the horse.
Oh,
Look, let me explain.
No, you're
let
right.
me explain.
I'm with you.
Because first of all, she's already expressed that she loves the horse.
Yep.
And then when she finds out that he's sick and the way she holds him, she can feel that he's sick, and then she rests her head on him, and it's this moment for her that she's hoping doesn't come. And then when nobody, like, I don't know if you noticed, when she took the gun, no one was looking at the horse. No one wanted the horse to die. And she had to take that moment. And it just, like, really kind of embodies who she is as a person. No one else is going to do it. It has to get done.
Yeah.
And she's the one who stepped up and did it. And I just thought that was a great way to top off the show, to show how strong she was. So I'm not, like, advocating for the horse thing, but
No.
I just thought it was beautiful.
You could see
The
where
rent
she took
scene.
it.
Yeah.
The breath.
When they said, who's going to collect the rent?
Yeah. And I love everybody was like, what is that on the wall?
Who is going to collect the rent?
You know what? The dad was like, you know what? I gave them discounts last month. Let's not tell her that.
Right.
Let's not tell them I've been getting
Right.
a discount for months.
All right, so let's get into some predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Who wants to start?
Let me
I'm going to
circle
go
a
with
couple
Raiven.
things.
Go ahead, Raiven. Hit us up.
Okay. So predictions next show, we get to see a little more of little Sally Walker. That's what I think of when I hear her name. We get to see a little more of that and see her, get her under her spell and see how she gets down. I think it's going to be a little more violence.
Oh, yeah.
Because the whole collecting rent thing, and back then it was no rules. You can kill a person, literally.
Right.
Which is how loans and laws came into effect later because of this type of thing. So I think it's going to get HBO style. Because I felt like even when they were covering themselves, I'm like, aren't we watching HBO?
Right.
I'm like, well, this is real tame. So I feel like we're going to get into real HBO style
Game
TV.
of Thrones, everybody naked.
Wow, see, and I think I'm the only person in the world who hasn't checked out an episode of that. But it's okay. Okay, so my predictions, first of all, I love those predictions. I definitely think Miss Walker is going to get more engrossed with her. I think she's going to start taking her out on picnics and things like that. Our little girl, Eugenie. I think that she's going to have to tell that she's sick because she really does need some care. And Miss Elizabeth can help her as much as she can, but you're going to start showing, girl. You're skinny. You're like a twig. People are going to start seeing it. And then Auntie has some lesions on her leg.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to run into some health issues. And in that vein, she's going to feel another loss because the Auntie is going downhill. Also, I like Thomas. The son.
Don't step on my prediction.
Well, excuse me. Well, yeah. He came through with kindness, and I really like his personality. So I think he's going to be a main character, not a side character. So we're going to see some more about him. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I do want to start with Thomas.
Start with him.
I think the background of Thomas and his father is going to come out. So when he came into the room and they asked, have you been in wars? And he gave that uncomfortable chuckle, that lets me know that he's protecting his father. And I think Ann is going to find out about it, and she's going to threaten his dad. I do think Miss Walker is going to be, I think she's already smitten by Ann, but I think Ann is going to come off a little too strong for people around her, and they're going to start warning Miss Walker against Ann. And that's what's going to start some controversy.
I agree with that. I think that Ann and Miss Walker are going to fall for each other, but I think the monkey wrench in the whole thing is they're going to find out that Ann was the one that was driving that coach that ran them off the road that ended up having old boy's leg get amputated. Because we didn't really see the other coach, did we?
That's true.
So, and she came in,
right
all
after.
crazy. All right, so we got some predictions. It was a great show, and we're going to get out of here. But before we go, let's start with Raiven. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Raiven French on all social media, guys.
Hey, you guys can catch me at Shawna on Twitter.
You can catch me at Cleverly Clad on all social media.
And you can follow me, Jackie Rae, on all things social media at JRae_the_Fanatic. Thank you guys so much for watching us. It was a great episode, right?
Yeah, it was good.
I liked it.
I'm
Can't wait
very
till the
excited.
next one.
I can't wait to her walk in again. So make sure you check us out next Monday right here on AfterBuzz. And until then, we'll buzz y'all later.
Holla.
See you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only, do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.